Hi guys, Dane Burway here. If you're anything like me today, you're struggling with DOMS, so anyone who did 2 bays on the weekend, well done. Now, what I wanted to go through today was, what should you do if you're really sore and you've got the DOMS feelings? So like at the moment, I know I'm really sore through my quads. I'm really struggling to get in and out of chairs, go downstairs, and really sore in my Achilles and calf on my left side. My hammies are really tight, my back's really tight, and my glutes are tight. So pretty much everything. So that hilly course, that 2 bays really beat up my legs, and I haven't pulled up this sore since, some of my first marathons. And I suppose I just wasn't super used to the terrain. So I think you definitely get better with tolerating the distance you train for, the more you've trained for it, and you pull up not as sore the stronger you get and the more used to it you get and the more trained for it you get. But for those of us that are sore and we're still trying to get to that stage, I'm going to go through some exercises just now, some basic exercises, and obviously some people will prioritize some of these exercises more so over others depending on what muscle group you're sore. So I'll just go through a series of muscle groups and just some gentle sort of stretches that I have done in the past whenever I'm sore in an area. And I think why I'll justify doing these is they just get those areas moving again rather than just not moving them at all, and they're quite light, so they're encouraging a bit of blood flow to the area, hopefully expediting healing. And also they just make you mentally feel better about that area, whether you just warmed it up so it's not as stiff and inflamed, so that you feel like you can actually go about your day a little bit better, and it's not always on your mind that you're injured or you're sore or you're hurt, so that you actually feel like you're getting closer to back to healed and normal after your big event. What I'd also have been doing is I actually go for a couple of easy runs. So I went for a run on Monday, the day after the 56k race, and a run today. And they were really slow, but that's what they're meant to do. It was pretty much, I just justified it in my head as I was going for a stretch. And just as some form of exercise to increase blood flow to all the relevant muscles that you use in running. What better way to do it than going for a run? So you use the same muscles that are sore, you go very gently, and it can even be a walk run, whatever you're feeling like you're capable of doing. I just did it on both times, just on a flat surface, a very predictable surface, and went as slow as I felt like I needed to go. And not far, just 20 to 30 minutes at a time, just to increase blood flow. Now, if you don't feel up to this, then maybe you go in the water and you go for a swim, or you go on the bike and go for a bike ride. Maybe you do some deep water running. Maybe you go on the elliptical machine, the cross trainer in the gym. But something just to increase active recovery and increase blood flow to the relevant muscles, I think is better than doing nothing and sitting on the couch. I always remember one of the first marathons I did, I took the day off work the next day, and I was even worse on the Tuesday because I just laid on the couch all Monday. My next marathon, I made sure I went to work the next day, and I felt so much better on the Tuesday. Now, whether that's just because I became a bit more conditioned and used to what I was doing, I also do think that it was because I got moving early. So early movement, I think, is good. It just makes sure it's just light and sensible. So here we go. I'll get onto my stretches. I'll start with the calf. So with calves, if you've pulled up pretty tight in your calf, I often just like doing this one. So it's kind of just walking. And now you can walk yourself in like that, so you get a bit more hamstring and a bit more stretch, and you can walk yourself out. But just doing this for about a minute, where you're just really feeling like you're pumping your ankle back and forth, like that, and you're stretching the back leg like that, walking yourself in. Yeah, get a bit of hammy stretch, a nerve stretch, and yeah, back out like that. But yeah, about a minute like this of calf stretching. So this is good to do if anyone's pulling up from 2 bays and they're a bit sore. Give this one a go. Then from there, the next muscle that a lot of people will pull up sore in is the hamstring. So I'd go straight on to some hamstring stretches. I'd grab a towel, like a beach towel, or just a normal everyday towel. And with this one, I'd go stretch the glutes, stretch the hammies and just hold them for a second each. Don't have to hold them for long, just to where you feel a bit of that pinchy like pain from the small little micro tears that you've done from stressing your muscles so much. And that's what delayed onset muscle soreness is. And normally I found by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm feeling so much better, and I can actually walk downstairs properly, can actually get out of chairs properly, doesn't hurt, can spring out of bed again in the morning and actually feel like I can go for a run at close to my normal pace. So it does take that 3 to 5 days for that DOMS pain to settle down when you've really stressed your muscles to that nth degree that they're used to. Yeah, and then after you've done the glute and the hammy stretches, try some circles. So I do some clockwise and anti-clockwise circles. Just big, nice, slow ones. Yeah, and then the other way. Yeah. So this just doubles as a nice neural stretch as well. Yeah, and try the other leg, so same thing. Yep, start off with a bit of a glute stretch and then into a hammy stretch. Yep, bit of a glute stretch into a hammy stretch. Yeah, that's it. Try to straighten the knee. Glute stretch, hammy stretch. Yeah, just a good 15 1 second holds each of them, and then we go into the circles again. So just with one hand, yep, bigs, clockwise circles. That's it. Yeah, just 5 or so. I'm pretty stiff on this side. Yep, and then the other way. Alright, so that's hammies done. Then on to the back. So a lot of people will pull up sore in the back. What I do is just put my feet together, knees together, go on my forearms like this, and then just rock side to side like that. So your hip just lifts off the ground, then the other hip. And this is a great one just to do for, 2 minutes. So just a good one for the lower back. Often that lower back gets stiff. There's a lot, especially if there's a lot of downhill in the race that you just did, or if that's one of your weak areas, and maybe you need to get a stronger core, or you overuse your back, or it's just a postural thing, a biomechanical thing. But a lot of us do pull up a bit tight in the back, so that's a nice one to do. Sometimes it actually makes your legs feel a little bit looser too. Yeah, and then on to glutes. So I just do the knee to chest hugs. So knee to chest, and you can even go for the opposite shoulder. So pull the right leg to the left shoulder, pull the left leg to the right shoulder, right leg to the left leg to the right. Nice. Just a good 20 or 30 of these. Okay, so then now go on to quads. So just lying on your side, stretch your quadriceps back like that, and then forwards. Stretch back, and then forward. Is a common one that I'm really sore through. My quads, after the amount of downhill in the race I did on Sunday, they weren't used to all that really rapid downhill. So you can also see what I'm doing here too, like you can go sort of up and down just to feel like you get different angles of the quad. It's good. And then do the other side. Forward. So it's just a 2 second hold, and then come out of it. Just a bit of active movement is great for it. So then you're not just doing sustained stretches. You're sort of having to use some muscle, which promotes some blood there, and then you're just sort of stretching out any little overuse sort of tightness and tone in the muscles that's developed from just doing such a crazy event or new thing. To just getting it moving, training it that you want it to get supple again. But it's nothing intense, is it? And then the last one, is hip flexors. So I just get into Bit of a lunge position, and nothing crazy, but just try to tuck. So pretend your pelvis is a bucket of water and you're pouring the water out the back. Yep, tilting the bucket backwards. Yep, that's it. I can feel that all the way along my quad as well. So if you're really tight, that's where you're going to feel it as well. And I feel just a gentle feeling through here. Not much, just a small muscle so you don't feel much of a burn. Yep. Yep, 15 of these. And then go again. And if you're feeling like, oh, I'm still a bit stiff, then go through all of them one more time. And that's plenty. And you're going to. That's just a healing thing. You're going to feel sore. This isn't going to cure it. It's just going to maybe make it feel a little bit more manageable. And then just allow for healing time. And, tick off the next 3 to 5 days and it'll gradually come good if it's just delayed onset muscle soreness that you're dealing with. Alright, and that's the last one. So that would be my little active sort of stretch routine that you should do each day, once or twice, along with some graduated walking or jogging or some cross training in the pool or on the bike or on the elliptical in the gym to help recover from DOMS and promote some blood flow there so it heals potentially faster and you feel like you get your function back quicker. Alright, I hope this is useful.